What's up, y'all? My name is Cammy.
I'm Sean.
Welcome back to episode 3 of
Live,
Live,
grow,
Grow,
be
Be True.
true.
We're gonna get a little deep and touchy on this episode, um, just to make awareness of like mental health
Hmm.
and being Black and LGBTQ, uh, and how we, I guess, struggled, how we coped with our mental health growing up, and then how we working on it today. Fine. You want to start, or you want me to start?
You start.
All right, cool. I think for me, I don't think I've fully coped with a lot of things with my mental health, but I know that a lot of my mental health has stemmed from um, my past
Mm.
and things that has happened to me in my past. Um, and I think growing up, I just felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to, just because nobody would ever really, I guess, understand where Cam was coming from, or what Cam was talking about, or how you
Hmm.
felt. I think in my household, it was just very much male dominant, and also being in a Christian household, it was very scary to even speak about it, anything. That's how I feel about it. Growing up, anyways.
Yeah. Growing up for me, it wasn't really talked about like at all what it
Very
was,
true.
things people went through, how to deal with it. Like there was never like
A
a
conversation, or
conversation
like,
or even like somebody that had it that what I'm saying that we needed or that like our parents needed to tell us about like if you're feeling this way or this way it might be this or we could do something about that. But I feel like in the African American culture mental health isn't
it's
really
brushed over.
very, yeah, it's like be strong or you got this or and then like, oh, go sit down over there, ain't nothing wrong with you, like,
Go drink some ginger ale.
yeah, very much like just this is how we deal with it. So it was never, it just wasn't like talked about. It wasn't so like growing up, like, yeah, we had like health classes and stuff like that, but that was textbook
It
talk.
was
Like,
textbook, and I think it was taboo. I guess
yeah.
you would say for a Black household as well. And I think for me, I think I saw people who were crying out for help
Hmm.
as far as like alcohol abuse or drug
Right.
substance abuse. Those were those cries out for help, or they just didn't know how to cope with it because, again, in a Black community, we just brush
Brush
over it.
over it, right. If it's not like a hard drug or something like that, we don't know about it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, this person's a crackhead, that one's alcoholic, or this one's that. That's pretty much all you hear, but you never hear like the depths of like this person is like really down, like this person is like on the verge of possibly not being here kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when even now for me, I know what it is now because I'm an adult, but even going through like high school, I still never really knew what it was or what I was feeling in those moments that I felt like so low that I didn't know where it was coming from.
Right. Like, I can definitely agree. Like, even in the high school, I think when I first started realizing that I had depression, or that there was something, there was an imbalance about me. It was after high school. I want to say maybe in 1920. I was very confused. I felt like I had a lot of people around me, but I was
Mm.
like always by myself. Like, I didn't have nowhere to turn. I just felt alone in a world full of people. And I did not understand why. I felt like I was crying out for help. I felt like I asked for some help, but I never received it.
Yeah, so even now, like I don't know, I guess even now still to this day I kind of deal with my feelings and emotions just by like laughing. Like I'm make a joke about everything. Just so like I don't know, I put myself or I force myself into a happy mood or try to be in a happy place or be in the moment with what's going on around me because I feel like that's all I have or that's all I've had to deal with it. So still now that's how I deal with it.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Especially, I think for me back some years ago. When I say some years ago, I mean probably like 4 or 5. I definitely put on the front a smile, or um, I just kind of go through the motions with
Hmm.
life. Uh, a lot of people don't know Cam tried to off himself. It, it is what it is, and I thank God for the people that you know that I did communicate that to. They, they sat with me and they prayed with me. They let me know that that I am worthy, and that I have a purpose on this life. I may not see it, but I have a purpose in this world, and that just because of right now I'm struggling with something,
Hmm.
it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And I think that was the biggest part of like my depression was not being faithful to God.
Hmm.
That's what I would say. And then when I started becoming more faithful to God and started putting Him back into the center of my life, I think things started turning a different page and looking a little different for Cam. Um, uh, and I'm grateful to say that I can still be here today. Do I still put on that fake smile sometimes? Yes. I think it's most important to. I don't think that I think that if somebody comes in count, this is my personal belief. Somebody comes in my encounter with Cam, I don't know how their day's going. Um, I could have be an asshole to them and they could go home tonight
Hmm.
and kill themselves. And now I'm like, damn, I could have just told this lady, I hope you have a great day.
Hmm.
But I since I had a piss poor attitude, or my energy was off, I'd have made her energy even worse than mine.
Right.
Now it's damn, I could have saved this woman's life or saved this person's life. I never know.
I feel like a lot of people in the black community has gone through suicidal thoughts or attempt of suicide based on lack of knowledge, lack of love, lack of therapy. And I
Yeah,
feel like all of those things play a part in how someone grows up and how someone views themselves. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of kids aren't happy with who they are or how they grew up or the things that they didn't have. We see the struggle, but we never know why. It's just,
yeah.
well, we can't afford to do this, so we don't have this, but this is what we do have, but we never understand like how we actually got to this part where we don't have anything.
And so I cannot relate on that part because I know that I'm I'm not going to say that we were you know wealthy. We were
Hmm.
comfortable. We were definitely comfortable. Um, we never went without anything. Um, we never ran. We might have ran low,
Hmm.
but we never did not have it. You know what I'm saying? And in that aspect, I'm very grateful. But I think for in my walk of life, it was more so um, a mental battle.
Hmm.
Just with like my appearance, being a plus size guy in a small built world, um, being closeted because everybody, I put quotations around it because everybody say I was not in the closet, but being closeted, I struggle with that. I struggle with the, you know, pushing myself to be um, a man's man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Playing football, playing basketball, soccer, and just being active in those sports. That didn't really do anything for me but make me gayer. It didn't do anything but make me gayer. But I think that I struggled and battled with what Cam is supposed to look like
Hmm.
and what Cam's supposed to look like and feel like to society, and what does Cam feel like inside.
Yeah, I'm very. I don't really talk a lot or explain
You know,
or probably express my feelings
you know. But
at all. Um, Even with like going to therapy, that's kind of like, it's still kind of like a struggle and a stretch for me because I don't know, I just don't like, or I don't know how to, or I don't feel comfortable, or I don't know, just expressing how I feel. So I kind of keep everything to myself. And if people do know, it's kind of like pulling teeth to like get me to actually say something.
Yeah,
So I mean, I found myself like very dark, didn't want to get out of bed, didn't want to go to work, didn't want to eat. And I was that way for months. And I tried to kill myself as well. And and then that's when I said, all right, well, maybe I do need to go see somebody. Maybe I do need to go talk to a therapist. And I did that. I mean, that's when I like told my family, like I wrote it in a letter, like everything what I was going through and stuff like that. And it helped. It felt good to like get it off my chest. But still, I still struggle with like my feelings and how to express them or how to go about them.
yeah. I think the easiest thing. Let me go backtrack on the feelings part. So, as you know, I used to work in a addiction rehab facility. A lot of times, people who have drug addictions or they have a hard time communicating those feelings. And a lot of times we told them, write it down. Uh, if you write it down in the book or whatever, burn it, whatever. Um, get those feelings out. You necessarily don't have to speak to someone, but if you even put it out there, get it off your chest, it'll be better for you. Get those feelings out there. With that being said, I definitely have a hard time going to therapy because I something just don't sit right with me. With it. I just feel like they're not listening to me.
Hmm.
They're always writing, and then I don't want to be. Let's say I'd be like, I'm so angry I could kill blase blase.
Right.
Now blase blase has been murdered.
Hmm.
Blase blase was with me the last time they seen blase blase.
Hmm.
They go to my therapist and I'm like, oh yeah, Cam said he wanted to kill him.
Hmm.
What? I was just expressing my feelings.
Hmm.
He had made me angry this day. This is how I feel, and I just feel like with therapists, I don't know. There's something about having somebody loyal to you,
Hmm.
and you can talk to them without them writing. They are listening. They're actively listening, and then giving you an active response to that. And there's another thing for like a therapist who's listening, not to really even respond,
Hmm.
but to analyze.
I didn't. Well, I mean, they say well, yeah, you could go see a therapist, and sometimes you may not like the first one. I mean, it's trial and error. Eventually, you'll find like somebody that you feel comfortable enough to talk to that's like giving you everything that you need. I went through two before I found the one that I had. The other ones, they were just like it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to. Like, so I stopped going, but so I kind of found one that specializes in like the LGBTQ community and stuff like
Yeah,
that, and she's been great. So I mean, every therapist has their like specialization.
yeah,
So I mean, that could be it as well,
true.
which I didn't know.
Yeah, I that could that I believe that's probably the instance, and I think I want somebody to. I don't know. I want to see somebody.
Hmm.
I want to be able to hold their hand and cry type of deal. I want to be able to do that type of deal. I don't know why, but that's me. And I don't think being in the South, I think it has made it harder to find like a LGBTQ. I don't know why I did air quotes. I guess because therapists, I don't know, but LGBTQ therapist um, that is local that I can go to.
Hmm.
I think that's the issue because for some, we're in the Bible Belt. The only therapist I guess these folks need is the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and that's fine and dandy and all. But I just feel like
It's
it's
not
more.
enough.
It's not enough. It's not enough. I don't think it's enough. I can pray all day. I can. read the Bible. I can do my daily devotions. But I feel like with that, it's still not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I think that yes, we have God and we have the Lord, but I think the Lord put some
Mm-hmm.
people on the earth to, be a tangible.
Right. I feel like for the youth now and that's gonna come and that's gonna come and that's gonna come, I think parents wise, like now, like to make your kids feel comfortable enough to like come to you and talk and tell you what's going on and for you to take that information and expand on it and reach further than yourself if you feel like
Yeah,
it's something more that they need that you can't give, do that.
yeah.
But a lot of parents like brush it off as if like,
It's a phase.
yeah,
I heard that.
they're just saying that for right now and oh you don't really feel that way and you don't got no reason to feel that way because you got this and you got that and you don't want for nothing and all of that is fine. But that doesn't change how I feel on the inside. That doesn't make me like myself anymore. That it doesn't change any of that. And I feel like a lot of parents do that.
Yeah, and I don't want to. I think a lot of parents did that.
Hmm.
Let me just. I think that's why I want to change the verbiage. I think our generation, and I'm gonna say if you're 35, 36, 38. If you 30, 38 from the age of 38 to the age of 21,
Hmm.
22, I feel like your parents have brushed off a lot on you.
Hmm.
It's just a phase. Or get over it. You'll be all right. Go outside and play. Go find something to do. They just push it to the side. You'll be okay, type of deal. I think those era parents have really messed up our generation
Hmm.
because I would say the kids that are coming up in the next generation, I don't think they. I don't. Let me not say I don't think. I don't. I don't know, but I honestly don't think they have dealt with the same type of. Not devalidating their mental health,
Hmm.
but I think that they're more aware about their mental health than we
Then we
are.
were, yeah.
Yeah, at that age.
Yeah. And also like when we were growing up, well for me, because it was six of us and one parent, she had to work, so
Yeah,
it wasn't much that she could do. So we were pretty much home with like my older brothers and sisters. And then like when she was home, it was like she was
sleep.
tired.
Yeah, need some rest.
So not to say I was deprived of love, but more so she needed to work so we
But
could
it's something
live.
about a mother's love and a
Yeah.
parent's love that is different from that's unconditional, and that's different from like a brother's love or a
Mhm.
sister's love or the love that I have for you.
Mhm.
It's different. It's something that I think a lot of us longed for, and that we didn't really receive all the time. Like for me, for instance, like just like you, um, I don't want to say your mom wasn't around because she was there,
Mhm.
but it was just like the times that you did see her, she was tired.
Mhm.
And like for me, yes, my mom was there and present, and we have so many great times together. But I feel like the military took my mom away from me personally. Um, we had so many times, good times, but I think for me, what sticks out the most is the times that she was away from me, or
Mhm.
the times that she couldn't be around me, or the times that she was too tired to, um, you know, chill or have a conversation or talk.
Mhm.
Those are the times that really stick with me. And that's just this is what it is. What it is. Am I right? Well, she was a great mom. She was a phenomenal mom.
Of course.
But
But you just, I guess expect it more when you're young. Then
yeah,
when you get older, it's like, no, she at work or he at work. Like, I see them when they get home, kind of thing, I guess. But when you're younger, it's like, well, where she at?
yeah, and I think um, at that time of being younger, in the time of you growing up, you have been. conditioned to know that, okay, I ain't gonna see, like, if I come home from school from at 2:30, I'm not gonna see my mom until probably 5:30.
Mm-hmm.
By 5:30, my mom gonna cook dinner.
It's like a routine.
It's a routine. You know the steps. You know the steps. You know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just nothing new. Or like if it's summertime, my mama gotta work. She's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be gone from 5 in the morning to 5 at night. That's just something I already knew.
Yeah.
So then by the time I got older, it was like, oh, she at work.
Work. Yeah.
But it could have been times like I see other people's parents, and I'll be like, dang, they have a dope ass relationship. Like they can actually kiki and ha ha
Mm-hmm.
and and joke without getting angry, or it's a it's a bond.
Right.
I see more of a bond, and not just like a child parent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dang, I don't. And then like that's just me growing up. I'm like, dang, I don't think me my dudes don't got that type of bond. Like
Yeah.
it's different. Do I love her to death? I love her to death.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Wouldn't trade her for the world. 10 toes down for her. But I think now is just looking back, I feel like, and this, I mean, maybe I'm being selfish when I say I feel like I missed a lot out on her. But then again, she sacrificed a lot for me.
That's pretty much what it boils down to. Because without those sacrifices, would we be
Where
the
we are
people
today.
that we are? So
No, I don't. I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
For me, I don't know.
It,
It's a no.
it a strong no,
It's a
but
no. It's
I
a
don't. I
no.
don't. I don't. Yeah. It
It's a
probably won't be here today.
no. It's a no.
Camboy probably been in the water somewhere.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just need and want like just mental health to like be talked about more. Like I'm tired of like going on social media and seeing all of these kids taking their lives because they feel unloved or unsupported and they feel like they don't have nobody to talk to. Like that's heartbreaking to like know that a kid really took his life over things that could change.
Yeah, very heartbreaking. And I think that with time, things will get better. Um, with knowledge, things will get better. Uh, Mental health is crazy. So I think we have to take a stand as the the older generation
Generation,
now
yeah.
to help guide and teach uh, the
Yeah.
younger ones and even the ones before us
For us,
about
yeah.
mental health because they have some mental issues themselves.
As much as we can. That's why we started this podcast and this platform and everything to be able to talk, listen, and educate, to the ones that's growing up and the ones that just honestly don't know. And for the ones who don't care but care enough to listen
To
and watch
listen.
and learn, yeah, just be able to take away from us and what we went through and our struggles and how we made it here today. Maybe they could share and shed some light to somebody they know that's going through it or even themselves and they may not know that they needed to hear it.
Yeah, and I hopefully this touches somebody. Hopefully this reaches to somebody who needs to hear it. And again, like I said in previous podcasts before, if you ever need to talk to us or want to, vent, we're here. Our DMs are open. Our emails are open. Hit us up.
We love love. We love y'all. We want everybody to be happy and be comfortable, be safe, and be loved. And yeah,
Yeah. Check us out next time
yeah. Until
on
next time, continue to live,
Live,
grow,
Grow,
be
Be
true.
True.
Yeah, stay safe.
Bye.